As a researcher and an explorer, I've spent my life looking for interesting and exciting specimens all over the world, and my travels have taken me from tropical rainforests to the African savannas. But there are only a few places I know where you can always find something remarkable to look at. Best of all, they're free, and they're all right here in Oxford. The 4 university museums are absolutely packed with amazing objects, and most of the university's natural history collections, like these incredible animals, are housed here.
Here in the University Museum of Natural History, we have close on 6 million specimens, animals, plants, rocks, fossils, and even some plants. They're there for you to see, some of them are there for you to touch, and others are there for you to handle, especially the live ones. What we aim to do is get to all members of the community and to bring them in, interest them and excite them with the wonders of our collection, and also to make them interested in science and understand how important science is to all of us.
Now, if bugs and beasts aren't your thing, why not explore human history next door here in the Pitt Museum of Anthropology and World Archaeology?
The really distinctive thing about the Pitt Rivers Museum is that we have in a single space 100,000 artefacts on display coming from all corners of the world, from all periods in human history. What's also distinctive is the way in which the artefacts are arranged. They're arranged according to the solutions to the problems we all face as human beings. How do we dress ourselves? How do we decorate our bodies? How do we get food? Unlike many other museums which have a planned route through, this museum is organized so that a visitor can navigate themselves around, choosing their own unique pathway to go through the museum. In that sense, it's rather like the World Wide Web, an enormous series of opportunities which you as a unique visitor can select for yourself.
When you're done peering through your past, why don't you take a look at some of the incredible instruments that were used in the early days of scientific research?
Here in the Museum of the History of Science, we have one of the most famous collections in the world of scientific instruments. We're particularly strong in early material. Astrolabes, for instance, we have the best collection, the biggest collection, as well as the best in the world. I know that all sounds quite academic. Actually, we have a very popular program for visitors. We have lots of special exhibitions and lots of special events for people to come and enjoy. We are a designated museum, which means that the government has decided that we are a museum of national importance. Why not come along and see some of the most famous scientific instruments in the history of science and how they were used by the scientists themselves?
If you're a fan of art and archaeology, then why not head over here to the Ashmolean Museum, where you can see some truly spectacular works of art ranging back over 4 millennia.
The Ashmolean Museum of Art and Archaeology is the oldest museum in this country. Its collections are of art and archaeology from 8000 BC right up to the present day across the entire world. It was opened in 1683 in the building that now houses the Museum of the History of Science in Broad Street in Oxford. Here we are in the great neoclassical building of 1845 on Beaumont Street, and as you'll see, we've just entirely redeveloped this museum. We've opened the museum up, we've extended opening hours, we have a whole series of temporary exhibitions, we have a very, very lively education program based now in our new education centre. And all this enables us to work much more closely with the community in Oxford.
The best thing about the university museums is that they're open to everyone. There are 2 million visitors every year, and there are regular events to get involved in. Kids can go wild in the Natural History Museum with Bug Quest, get hands-on with objects in the Ashmolean, or even take a crafty pit stop at the Pitt Rivers. The university museums really are an amazing resource for the whole community. But don't just take my word for it, even the Queen thinks so. So why not come and have a look round and see what interesting specimens you can find? You're sure to discover something amazing.